strong with the Force you are, young Padawan.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Scevoli Show, guys. I am back, just like anything. I'm just back, and I know you guys are excited to see me. And I always bring a special guest onto the Scevoli Show because you know what? Why not? It's like Oprah Winfrey's show. She just gives out free stuff. Like I just give out you free people. You know, here's StarWarsSith. You know, here's Jedi Lex. You know, here's that. Here's Rick. You know, I just do it. You know. But we have a very special guest on the show today. I've been a fan of his YouTube and his page for a long time. StarWarsSith is with us today, Tony. And we're just going to Star Wars talk it. We're just going to talk about the new Ahsoka season that we're excited. If we're not excited, we talk about it. The Mando and Grogu movie. And then the rumored What If series from Star Wars, which I'm a little excited for, but not over the top. But, you know, that's mine. But before we start this amazing talk with StarWarsSith, be sure to subscribe down below to the YouTube channel, The Scevoli Show, for more awesomeness, sexiness, and Ahsoka-ness, and Star Wars-ness. And that's it. You know, that's all we have to do. But StarWarsSith, how are you, my friend?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me on. How you doing today?
I'm alive, unfortunately. I'm still kicking, you know. I'm kicking it, you know. I see Shen Batty is back there. I see her.
Yes. She's always there to protect me, man. She always has my back, so gotta have Shin Hottie with me.
I feel that. I feel the hottie, you know. I feel the baddies, you know.
Yes.
I feel that. But so Tony, let's talk about the Mando and Grogu movie and what our thoughts about it are. What are your thoughts about it?
So I was excited right away when I saw it, because like Mando and Grogu, big screen movie back in the theaters. I missed it, so it should be good. Now I'm like, well, how is it gonna work as far as like season 4? Is it like just the movie? Is it season 4? And like there's new things dropping every day. So like I kind of want just clarification how everything else is gonna work. But overall, I'm hyped and excited for it to be the first movie back in the theaters.
Yeah, I think because it will come out next year, right? 2024.
I think maybe 2025. I think, or maybe 2026 potentially. It depends, but it depends on how much they have written, how smooth it goes, and if they do it with season 4 or without season 4. I think there's going to be a lot of like factors determining it.
Yeah, I feel like with Star Wars, they give us something, and then they want to and then we have to go to the backstory. You know, they're just going to give us the Grogu movie. Okay, we're just not going to give you a backstory. We're going to tell that backstory in like another show or something like that. And that's why I don't like. That's the only thing I could say about Star Wars I hate, because I want like people's backstories first, and then you go, oh, yeah, that's why he does it like that. You know, that's why the way he is. You know, but I'm kind of excited for the Mando movie. I don't know why. It's because Dave Filoni's doing another movie. So I hope it doesn't come out in 2026, because I think that's when Filoni's movie is coming, right?
Well, allegedly, but I think there's a lot of delays. So I think Filoni's movie might get pushed back to after something else we're going to talk about later in the show. But I think originally it was, but I think with the strikes and all these delays, I think everything's getting pushed back. Even that Rey movie, I think, is going to get pushed back a little bit too. So it might be a little further along till we get the Filoni movie.
Yeah, but that Rey movie can be pushed back. Keep going. Just let it keep going. You know, just let that movie sit there for a while. But yeah, like with Mando and Grogu, like Grogu is a very special character. He is like, he's a Yoda species that we haven't seen since Yaddle and Yoda. You know, and that's it. Really, we don't know where Grogu comes from. We don't know, and that's what I feel like we should explore into the movie, probably. That maybe his backstory into the movie, or you do it in Mando, because we need his backstory. We need to know where he went with Jar Jar Binks, aka like Kellen the Jedi.
Kelleran Beck,
Kelleran Beck, But we call him Jar Jar because that's what we know him as.
I know, me too. When I saw him, in my reaction, I was like, Jar Jar saved Grogu, like right away.
I was like, where's Jar? I'm really surprised they didn't put Jar Jar in there, actually. I thought I thought that was the biggest thing. Like, I thought they were going to come out with a new character or like a new like person to act, like the actor. You know, I didn't know they were going to use Ahmad Best to do the Jedi. So I was like, wow. I just said Jar Jar, the same thing you said. I was like, that's Jar Jar. Yeah. I said, we're not calling him that name. We're calling him Jar Jar.
Exactly.
But yeah, with Mando and the Grogu movie, I think it will be good. I think you put in like Boba Fett, maybe all the Mandalorians, like Mandalore.
Yep.
Bo-Katan you can add in there. Kiosca Reeves, Alex Wolf, Sabine. Throw Sabine in there maybe because she's a Mandalorian. But with season 2, how Ahsoka goes, we don't know where they are in season 2.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. That's another factor that you got to put into. Like Ahsoka's in another galaxy. Somewhere with Sabine, and now Ezra is back here with Hera, and stuff like that. So it's gonna be tricky. I don't know how they're gonna pull it off, but it's Star Wars. They'll just pull it out of the hat.
Yeah. Did you see it? The latest thing where now they're saying Mando season 4 is going to be 6 episodes, and this movie will be the finale. Which that's kind of tricky because then they have to develop the season and the movie at the same time. That way it could release together. So that could like make it take a lot longer potentially.
Yeah, because it's like, and it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make like the movie be the season finale because how long is the movie? The movie can't be 2 hours. Like, are you going to make a 2-hour movie and then the season finale? The season finale can be 2 hours. I'm not saying it can't. Yeah. But it would be just like, you're sitting in the theaters, you're like, oh, that was the big like hurrah in episode 5, where it really wasn't kicking off in episode 5. Yeah. There's only going to be 6 episodes. So episode 6, okay, we don't see it kick off because Star Wars series, even with the Obi-Wan show, it wasn't really taking off until like episode 5. Yep. And then 6 comes with that big fight, and then you go, damn, that was really good. And then the season's over because it's like, oh, well, yeah. Well, that was good, but where's more? You want more to that. You want more story, but it isn't. Just like with the Ahsoka series, it was good, but they left a lot of things. Oh yeah. Yeah, the whole story was unfinished. Like, I knew that going into Ahsoka, I knew that there's no way that the story is going to end and they're going to save the day. They're going to beat Thrawn. I knew it was going to end. I knew it was going to end where Thrawn's going to get away, and it's just the beginning. And that's how it did end. It just kind of sucks. We got to wait now for that to continue, and that might continue over 2 shows and 3 movies. Who knows? Yeah, and then in reality, the actors are not getting that younger. How long can you portray like these characters as, because you can't do like a Hayden Christensen always like CGI and stuff. CGI them, even that Mole Trooper that was in Ahsoka, that's CGI Mole Trooper. Yeah. How long can you do that? It doesn't look right. It looks off. And that's why, Tony, I'm team animation always. Team animation. Yeah. So honestly, I like the animation stuff a lot more because it's a lot more consistent. Like everything animated we've gotten has been amazing or good or great. Like for the most part, live action, it's like good, mid, good. It's like inconsistent, but animation, 100%, like you can count on it to hit. Yes, because it gives you with animation, and I always say this on my show, it gives you, because I'm a big Ahsoka fan, so Ashley is like my Ahsoka, Ashley and Matt are my Ahsoka and Anakin, even Ezra too. Tyler Gray is my Ezra, I look up to them so much. They're my role models all the way, But it gives you 15 episodes to explore. That's how everybody gained to love Thrawn, because of those episodes. It's like, damn, when you speak, it's like, I listen to you, man. Like, I'm listening to you. Yeah. Like, if you want to shoot me right now as you're talking to me, I will not be upset about this, That's how I feel when Thrawn speaks to me. I'm like, yeah. Keep going. Dad, you my dad? No? All right, so like, and then you just go back. But in the Ahsoka show, and I had Jedi Lex on the other day, nice. and she brought it to my attention, and I didn't catch it until she said it to me. Mm-hmm. She was like, "Yeah, when Thrawn was like speaking, like you were waiting for it. You were like waiting for that boom," and I was like, Lex, I really didn't think about that. And now I watched the series over again. I was watching it with my friend the other day, and I'm like, yeah, I could see that now. I'm like, he's like so nonchalant, like, oh yeah, you're Sabine Wren. Oh, congratulations. Okay, I'll see you next year. And then like Ahsoka Tano. Okay, I don't know nothing about Ahsoka Tano, but I've just heard of that name. Okay, let's regroup. In Rebels, you would see Thrawn like head to base. You would see him like, okay, art. He loved art so much. He did. Even in his books, like he was one step ahead of everybody.
Yep.
You know, and I feel like in the series, he's really not one step ahead of anybody. Like, he's just, like, he relaxed. He was on vacation for like 5 years, you know? I took a
Yeah.
break. You know, I ate some food and that was it.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. We barely got him in the show. We got what, like an episode and a half. So I wish we would have had more because like we didn't get enough. But for sure, the little bit we got isn't the Thrawn that we all like know and love. But like I think it's just because the amount of time that we got, it wasn't enough for us to truly feel that live action Thrawn. But hopefully in the Mando show or movie or Ahsoka 2, whatever we get more of them, we need like a lot of Thrawn, a lot of the blue guy.
Yeah, we need like cut scenes, like behind the scenes action, what he's doing. Like,
Yep.
You know, now at the end of season 2, we see them go to Dathomir. The end of season 1, we see them go to Dathomir. And it's like,
so cool.
Yeah, and it's like, damn. I was like, and then you watch, like, I don't know what I was gonna, I don't know if I could say this right. I think you would understand if I said it like that. Him with magic, you know, and then you read his book and you see how magic is in the book, like the magistrate and like Sherry and stuff like that, and you see it. And I'm still reading Lesser Evil, but I was reading it just today, and I'm like, she's using magic. No wonder why Thrawn is going for these Night Sisters, because he knows how they work.
Yeah.
You know, he knows what, like, he might not know, like, the magic. He might not know how to do it.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I think I can use them. And I think that's when you find him in Ahsoka. He's all like, Night Sisters, hey, girls, how you doing? Like, you have you bought this potion?
Because he needs them, because he needs something to combat the Jedi. Because if he doesn't have any dark Jedis with him or Sith, like, how's he gonna go up against Luke, Ezra, Ahsoka? So he needs like that dark magic to kind of make up for not having any Force users on his side that we know of yet. Who knows if he pops up and he has some guys on the side that know the Force?
His side pieces are just waiting for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, even with Balin. Now Balin's out of the picture, you know. R.I.P. Ray Stevenson. I loved his work on Balin. Oh my god.
Amazing.
Like, and still with him, like, his story's unfinished, you know? What was he like, you know? What made him, like, maybe the Tales of the Jedi, the animated show.
Hopefully.
Yeah, like, we'll get that. Maybe he recorded some lines, or they got a voice actor to voice him just like that.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm hoping that we see that. And now going forward, do you think they'll recast Balin or just leave it like
100% recast him? And the reason I say that, they confirmed Ahsoka season 2, and then the next day Dave put that picture on his Instagram with the Mortis statue and Ahsoka and Sabine on it.
Yeah.
So that means they're following the same path Balin did. So they're trying to find Balin and see where he's going. You have to finish that story, so you have to recast. Unless they do something where Balin goes somewhere and like a dark entity, whether it's Abeloth or someone else, like absorbs him or takes him or something like that, and it's just Shin over there. But I think they need a recast. It's going to be very, very hard. But like, we need more of Balin's story, man.
Yeah, and that's what my fear was going into season 2. You know, if they did renew the show, how would they do it? You know, how without Balin, because now you see him with the Mortis gods, and the head of the sister is missing. You know, and we know Ahsoka, when in the Clone Wars, she was revived by the sister, and then the father wanted Anakin, and he couldn't get Anakin, and then the son wanted to like be mighty evil. Yeah. But now you don't have that, so it's like, how can we do this? And I hope they do recast them. I don't know who they would recast as Balin.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you can just get anybody with a white beard, you know. And
yeah.
You could just really do that, but it has to really click. Unless, like you said, you know, he's off on a distant world. He got taken by her or something, but it has to hit, you know, because Balin is one of those characters now, like, we're invested in. You know, we want to know what his backstory. Who was your Padawan? Who was your master?
Yes.
You know, like who, like, how did you know Anakin? Like, because we know everybody knew Anakin Skywalker, but how did they know Ahsoka? Because in reality, we didn't see Balin in the Clone Wars. We didn't see him in Rebels. We didn't see him in the Tales of the Jedi. You know, so like, I hope we figure out, like, even with the Tales of the Jedi season 2, we get more Jedis. That, you know, they could have died in Order 66, but we know who they were. You know, okay, that's Chris Scevoli. Okay, we know who that is. Okay, he was the Padawan to Tony. you know, or stuff like that. We need
Yeah.
that. That's what I want. I just want,
Yeah.
you know, I just want.
I know. I want more of that because, like, you hit everything that I want. I want to know who his master was. Like, was it Plo Koon? I want to know how he knew Anakin, or does he hate Anakin? Because I feel like he has beef and doesn't like Anakin. Did he see Anakin slaughter everybody at the temple during Order 66? Did Anakin maybe kill his master and he barely got away? Like, what was it? Like, I want more of that, and I want to also see how he met Shin. And like, did he save her? Is Shin like his daughter or something like that? So we need like that story. And like in the Ahsoka show, my favorite part was Baylan and Shin, because it was crazy that Filoni created 2 new characters that we knew nothing about. But every time they came on screen, I wanted more of them. Like, I just wanted more.
Because they both are 2 different people.
Yeah.
You know, Baylan is this guy he's not out for revenge. I don't think he's not good or bad. He's like a Mace Windu kind of guy.
Or like Qui-Gon Dooku-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, his lightsaber is not red.
Yeah.
It's like
orange.
an orange. It's like an orangey red. It's like a blood orange.
Yep.
So he's not, like, you could say he's not either Sith or Jedi. He's like in between. He can go both rounds. Even when he was fighting Ahsoka, like, I was looking at his eyes. I was like, okay, let's see if he'll have the Sith eyes.
Yeah, he did.
You know? And he didn't. Like, and we see when Ahsoka faces Anakin, we see that powerful Anakin that if he didn't get his legs chopped off against Obi-Wan, if he didn't lose, look what that Anakin would have been. He would have, like, demolished the whole world of Between Worlds, you know?
Yeah.
But with Baylan and Shin, they're 2 different people. Because Shin, even when she was fighting Sabine, she was in that training stance, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, they're not, like, Sabine, to me, she's not a Jedi. She's not.
Nah.
She's a Mandalorian. You should have kept her as a Mandalorian. That's my opinion. Kept her as a Mandalorian. I didn't feel Sabine. I really didn't throughout the series. I didn't feel Hera either. I only felt like, you know, they really didn't hit that with the casting. I think like Vanessa Marshall voicing her would have been better, but you know, that's me.
Yeah.
And then Tia, I love Tia. You know, that voice Sabine in Rebels. I would love that she got a shot at it. You know, they hit Ezra right on the spot. You know, they casted him like he did good with Iman, but Tyler Gray is still my Ezra. And then if they didn't cast Thrawn as Lars, I wasn't watching the show, I don't think.
Yeah, that was a huge one right there. Because like, who are you gonna replace it? And like the looks, like anybody can be painted blue, but that voice, the first time we heard that voice, it just hit like I was watching Rebels all over again. It was beautiful, beautiful.
And it's like, if you didn't cast him, then who would have you casted then? Like, and the voice would have never been the same.
Never.
You would have never got that like, yes, I'm listening to you, Father. I'm listening. Okay, I'm listening. You know? And then I would have been so disappointed if they never casted Lars as Thrawn. I think that was the big. But with back to Baylan and Shen, they're both interesting characters now. Yeah. You know, she's following him now. Without him, you know, it's like because they go their separate ways. He's on the finger with the Mortis, and she is still on the planet with Sabine and Ahsoka. Now, what I say is what you said before, like did the Master get slaughtered? Just like with the kids on Six. Now what about Reva? You know, now she's still alive in the mix.
Yeah.
You know, how could she be interpreted in series? Because she's still there, she's still alive. You know, she just got. I feel like in Star Wars, everybody's getting shanked in the stomach and they're still alive somehow. You know, they're not dying. But
I know. Yeah.
But the people we wanted alive, like Qui-Gon, you know, all right.
I know, man.
Even who else got stabbed in the stomach? Who else got stabbed in the stomach? I know someone else did. Unless I'm just making
Reva did twice, which was ridiculous, by Vader and Anakin. That makes no sense.
And then the Grand Inquisitor.
The Grand Inquisitor, yeah. Him
but
too,
he had 2 stomachs, you know?
Okay.
Too. I have 2 stomachs too. I have one in the back and one in the front, you know?
Yeah.
But that's what I really want to see with Baylan. It's like more of the story, but I don't I'm really scared for that one. I really am, to be honest.
Yeah, I trust Dave to make the right decision in casting, because like Dave will probably have last say because that's his character. It'll be for Ahsoka season 2, his show. So I trust Dave with that. Like if it was somebody else, but I have faith in Dave.
I love Dave.
They'll find the right person. So in Filoni we trust.
Yeah, I love Filoni. I think he tells the stories like we want it, but sometimes he leaves things out that we want it, but it's all right. We'll leave it alone for now.
But then he saves it and breaks it out like 3 years later. Like, gotcha.
Got you. I told you it was coming, but it wasn't coming in 2024.
Yeah.
It's coming in 2029 or something. You know, we know it. But what else is coming up? So now Bad Batch is coming up.
Yeah.
You know, that's what's next with the Tales of the Jedi, the Acolyte, the Skeleton Crew. What are you looking forward for those series? What's going to be your favorite, like, go-to series for that?
So, hands down, Tales, because I know Tales is going to hit just like the first season. It has to. So, I'm looking forward to that. But honestly, Acolyte, I think, is going to be a sleeper because it's live action. It's from the point of view of the Sith. And I saw the trailer last year at London Celebration, and it looks so good. They didn't show us any Sith in the trailer, but there is a scene in the trailer that has a bunch of Jedi that are in like a cave, and all of a sudden they all ignite their lightsabers, 6 of them in a row. So like that means there has to be a threat across from them that's just as bad, that if you have 6 Jedi and they ignite their lightsaber, there should be like 6 Sith across from them, and it should be like a crazy fight. So Acolyte should be another banger for sure.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good because that's the first piece of the High Republic. Like, that's in the High Republic stage.
Yeah, that's like 100 years before Phantom Menace, so it's the end of the High Republic.
Yeah. Because in reality, we don't really count Jedi Adventures like with Nubs and them.
Yeah,
like,
for kids.
I do, because Nubs is my boy. We hang out on the weekend, you know. But we don't count that, but we see some characters that are in the High Republic that we read the comics. We go, oh, he's in there. That guy's in there. She's in there, you know. And we see it all. And I think the Acolyte definitely will be the sleeper series of 2024 for Star Wars.
Yeah.
I think the Skeleton Crew, I don't think I'm going to be a big fan of the Skeleton Crew because we don't know much about it.
Yeah, we know nothing about it, man. So I don't know what to expect, feel, or think. So it's kind of like, I'm like, I'll check it out. Maybe it'll surprise us.
Yeah, maybe we'll just see like Jar Jar Binks in there because we want to know where he is. You know, we still want to know.
Yeah.
Like, but Bad Batch, I think, is always going to hit. The final season is going to.
It's going to be sad. Like, have your tissues ready. So we saw the trailer for Bad Batch Season 3 at Celebration as well. And it looks dark, gloomy, like everyone's going to die. It's going to be a sad season. I cannot wait for it, man.
I think like with animation too, they portray the feelings.
They do.
You know, you could see it on their face. Like, they are distraught. Like, they are a mess, you know?
Yeah.
And after this, like, now, in my opinion, I think they'll have another clone show. I think the Captain Rex will be that clone show.
Bro,
a new animated show.
That's so funny. I dropped a video a couple of days saying that what I want next is a show after Bad Batch, and I want it to be Rex. I want Cody to come back in Bad Batch Season 3 and reconnect with Rex, and Echo, since Echo left the Bad Batch to go with Rex. So I want a show with those 3 clones just out trying to avoid the Empire, maybe save and help other clones that are trying to escape from the Empire. Yeah, so I'm right there with you. We need another clone show to continue because we went from Clone Wars, Rebels, Bad Batch. Like, we need something else. Like, it needs to keep going.
Yeah, because in Rebels, we see them on like a planet hunting for Jupiter. What did you call those?
I forgot, but they're old. They're really old. Yeah.
We see that. We see them just like retire. You know, they're still in their, like, Rex is still in his armor. You know.
Yeah.
And we see Gregor and Wolf, but we're like, okay, so we know Gregor survived because we saw him in Bad Batch, and Wolf, we really didn't know what happened to Wolf. You know, after Order 66.
So you want to know kind of a spoiler, something that's in the Bad Batch Season 3 trailer, or do you want to wait till you see it?
I think Wolf's in it, right? I think someone posted it.
So Wolf's in Bad Batch Season 3, so we'll get more of his story, him reconnecting with Rex. We have to get that.
Yeah, I think we have to see Cody. Like,
he better come back, because like, how are you gonna show us Cody? He goes AWOL and that's it. Like, we better get Cody in Season 3, man.
I really will. You know what I always said? I think I said this a while ago, but I'm gonna say it again. I want Cody and Obi-Wan to reunite. Like,
yes. So
in animation though, live action, you know, you can't really pull. In live action,
you could have, because Tamora was Cody in Revenge of the Sith, and he was there with you. And
Yeah.
but do you know the original drafts of the Obi-Wan show, the Kenobi
Was
show?
with Cody protecting
There was a
Luke.
movie. Yeah. There was a scene where they were on Tatooine together, and Cody was supposed to like grab Kenobi as he was walking through the market, pull him down an alleyway, and we were gonna think that they were fighting, but Cody was gonna be like, "You see how easy it is to find you? You have to be more careful, like hiding." So like it would have been like they reconnected and they were friends, and supposedly when Kenobi was going off planet, he was gonna have Cody watch after Luke while he was gone.
Yeah, or it was like, I know that happened, and then another one was like Cody would be the antagonist with like going after Obi-Wan.
Oh yeah, that'd be a crazy version
instead of like
too.
the Grand Inquisitors, because like
Yeah,
Cody wanted revenge or something like that. But I was like, that wouldn't make sense. They never,
I want
like,
them to reconnect.
Yeah, like I want them to be on screen one last time, even if we don't get it no more. Obi-Wan and Cody face to face, and because we see in Kenobi the show, we see him see a clone trooper, and he doesn't know how he feels about it, you know, because he's not watching the news, you know, he's not watching like what's going on in the galaxy. Like he's confused, like, oh, but aren't you clone troopers supposed to be with your new empire?
Yeah.
You know? Aren't you supposed to be over there with them? And you see him like asking for change, spare change, and it's like, no. We'll just leave you there. But yeah, I think that's what I want. I want Obi-Wan, and I think it would be better in animation because it would just go like, it would be good.
Back to Clone Wars,
Yeah, it would go right back to the Clone Wars because we know how they connected through Clone Wars. Yeah, we see the Revenge of the Sith, and we go, oh, who's Cody in Revenge of the Sith? We go, oh, that's a nice name. And then all of a sudden, Order 66, he just shoots Obi-Wan down.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, all right. And we didn't understand why at that time. We all find out we have chips in their heads. And I don't know, does Obi-Wan know they had chips in their heads or no? Did it ever it didn't come up, right?
I don't know if they ever like really talked about that. I mean, if they did, it maybe like in a book or a comic or something, but I don't think in any media was that ever brought to their attention.
Because I know in Rebels, Kanan said it.
Yeah.
He said they had chips in their heads. That what made them do it.
But then did Kanan learn that in the Bad Batch when he got saved by the Bad Batch? I mean,
but in the comics too, even in Kanan's comics, like, did you read the comics, Tony?
No, I haven't read it yet.
They're really good. The comics are really good. And they're coming out with, I think, a new series with Kanan too, I think. Next year, probably. I think. I'm not too sure. But I heard that was a rumor. But his two clone troopers, the clone troopers that were going to find him, one of them snapped out of it, was like, this is not right. And before they could catch him, they blew up the ship. I think that's how it goes.
Yeah.
I would have to read them again. I haven't read them in a while. But I think that's how it goes. And I don't know if he knew of it, that he went into hiding. That's where he found like Hera and everything. But
I think Kenobi might have had an idea though, because remember Fives almost like figured it all out, and he was trying to tell Anakin and Kenobi that while they were like stuck in that bubble before.
Those episodes are the important episodes. Those episodes, like, no one goes back to those episodes though. Like,
so good.
I really hate it when we're watching a show and we're like, okay, he's gonna do it. He has to mention something. Especially in live action, they mention nothing.
I know.
Like, I'm really surprised they mentioned Keenan. I'm really surprised because throughout the show, I'm like, are they gonna mention Keenan at all? Like, is Hera gonna say anything about Keenan? You know what? Like, I understand. Like, it's been a couple years, 5 years, you know, but still, like,
I knew they were gonna mention it because Filoni did it, and like, you have Jason running around, like, they have to name drop his father. So like Hera mentioned it. There was a little picture. Hu Yang was talking about his father was Kanan Jarrus. Like that was amazing. And then, you know, in season 2, whenever Ezra and Hera are talking together, they're gonna name drop Kanan. I can't wait for the moment Ezra meets Jason, and they better freaking show us that on video.
Yeah, because they'll do it on a sidetrack. They're like, oh yeah, we're best buds, you know. We just hang out at Starbucks and drink some mocha coffee, you know. That's what they'll do. Star Wars will be like, yeah, we'll tell you that backstory 4 years from now. We'll tell you that. Like, you know what they could do in the Tales of the Jedi? They could do that.
What?
They could tell that interaction. Ezra training Jason.
Oh, they could, yeah, but then that would kind of jump past like Ahsoka season 2, which we don't even know what's going on yet.
Yeah. I just hope for that. I just hope for more animation. You know, that's
No, me too. Me too. It's the way to go. Did you like the Visions, season 1 and season 2?
I like season 1. Season 2, I wasn't a fan of.
Yeah.
I watched it. Season 1, the Ronin, I was like, that's
the best one. Ronan's
best
my
one.
favorite one out of all of them.
And I think even with like the twins, there were twins of them. I was like, that's good. That could be like a Leia and Luke situation, you know?
Yeah.
One was evil, one was good.
Yeah.
You know? There was another one. I forgot the name of it though. That I liked. But I liked the Ronin one. I thought Ronin was like a badass, especially in that kind of like that animation, that anime kind of stuff.
Yep.
You give that Japanese feel and stuff like that, you know. I really like that. But season 2, it was a letdown for me. I was like,
it's like it's like hit or miss. Like there's a couple episodes that are bangers, but then the rest is kind of like, it's cool, but not for me.
Yeah, I watched it and I was filming my reaction like to 1, 2, 3, 4 through 6 or how many episodes, and I was just watching it, and I was just like, no offense, I was bored. Like I was like, no. I'll just turn my reactions off to this. No one wants to watch me for like 10 minutes and like be bored out of my damn mind, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, nah. Visions, there was a letdown for me too. It was not it didn't hit like season 1 did. Season 1, the first episode, you were on like board.
Hooked.
You were hooked. And I would love to see more of those people, like the Ronin, the twins, you know, their stories. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
We'll never know. We'll never know. We'll never get it. What else is coming out? And now we have not confirmation because nothing is confirmed until they confirm it themselves. But a what if series. What do you think about that what if series?
So I want to flip it back to you because I know you mentioned that you're kind of not looking forward to that, or you don't like the what if. So did you not like I don't know if you're into Marvel, but did you not like the Marvel what if?
I actually like the Marvel. I actually like the concept of the Marvel what ifs. I'm not a big fan of Marvel, but I'll watch like the movies. Like I didn't watch the shows or anything. Like the Scarlet Witch, like WandaVision, I watched. Loki, I watched. Echo, I have not watched. But I like what they did. But they made Captain Peggy the big one, and which I like her. I don't have a problem with her, but everybody else does. Like if you go online, it's like, why is she shown? Why is this? Why is that? So it's like, okay, I hope they don't make it like that. Like I have a what if series on my YouTube show. I have the what if multiverse series. You know, that's me writing the script. That's me voicing the characters, which I can't voice. It's just this voice. But like that, I portray 8 episodes. I think episode 4 and 5 are coming out soon, guys. So stay tuned for that. Nice. And then it go to 8 episodes, and then season 2. You know, we'll do that. That's how I'll do it. But with the what if series, I feel like, you know, we want to see it. Like I want to see it. Yeah, I do. I want to see what the situations would turn out like, but I don't think they're going to do it like that. I think they're going to do it like kind of a Marvel situation. Have someone like a Peggy, like an Ahsoka, because she knows about the world between worlds. You know, Ezra. You know, those are the 2 that know about the world between worlds. Yeah. You know, and Anakin, but Anakin is a Force ghost at that point. Yeah. But I don't know if they'll do it like the Marvel. Or they'll just do plain episodes. Like, what if Anakin never turns to the dark side?
That's what I want.
Was on Mustafar instead of Obi-Wan. Like, those kind of scenarios we want. Because that's like, that's what we're thinking. You know, that's what's in our minds. We're like, okay, what if Ahsoka never left the Order? You know? And that portrays back into Ahsoka season 1. If she never left, and I stand by this, if she's never left that Order, she's not turning to the dark side. I don't care how you put it, world. I don't care. Like Padme, he didn't see Padme all the time. You read the Padme books, they weren't together all the time. You know? Obi-Wan never really wanted to train Anakin. You know? He's just doing it because of Qui-Gon, what Qui-Gon said. Train the boy, Obi-Wan. He needs to be trained, you know? And then with Ahsoka, now, like, even when he, like, what didn't make sense to me in the Ahsoka series, like, you live or you die. But in reality, if Ahsoka did die, you would be like crying. You would be worried. You would want to hurt that person that killed your Padawan. You know? And I didn't get that in the Ahsoka series. Like, it's then you die, then you live or die, and it's like, but Anakin, you would protect her if you were still alive. You know,
Yeah.
you would be protecting her no matter what, because that's your Padawan.
Can Ahsoka even die? She's died like 3 times already.
I know.
Can she even die?
Yeah, no, you got to chop her head off. Like,
Yeah.
Like, I really don't know. I think she is, like, I always say this, and I'll always say it always, that Morai is the most important figure in Star Wars. That bird is the most important thing, because that's what's keeping the daughter alive.
Yeah.
And the daughter is in Ahsoka.
Yep, she's a Mortis god, basically.
I think she is like the light side of the Force, Ahsoka.
Yeah. No, for sure. Now, for What If, I don't think it'll be like Marvel, because the way Marvel's doing theirs now it's all starting to interconnect and it's coming into canon. So that's different. That kind of defeats the purpose of What If. For Star Wars, I want, like how you said, like, what if this happened? What if that happened? Like, what if Qui-Gon didn't die and he trained Anakin? What if Padme didn't die and she went with Anakin and they had the twins together? Like, I want stuff like that. That's like a one-off, something crazy, and that's it. And we can just move on to the next one.
Yeah, like, I just want like a half hour of a story.
Yeah, and that's it.
Know? That's it. Not like, okay, like what I'm doing, like whatever's coming into the What If is coming into the series. You know, we don't want that.
No,
I'm just doing because of like fans, like people would love. I think people would love to see that. So I do that, but I don't want them to do that. I want them to go like, okay, Anakin never turned to the dark side. Okay, did he go after Sidious? Did he fight Sidious? You know, what happened?
Yeah.
Okay, after that, okay, now you can tell us what happened after that, but then just don't show us. They can be like, okay, Anakin, he was the leader of the Republic, had 2 kids, and then him and Padme lived happily ever after. Okay, we're good with that. You know, and we'll probably, as fans, watch it at least 24 times. You know, I'll watch it. Like,
what if Ahsoka joined Darth Maul to fight Sidious?
You know,
that would be crazy.
That would be a great one. I feel like Ahsoka in that point in the Clone Wars, to me, Ahsoka was like naive.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and I'll always say that, like, you could have just took his hand, you know, you could have just went with him. You know, I personally, like, she believed like Anakin was never going to be this evil person, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what breaks my heart, because look what he's become, you know? Look what happened. But that would be great. Even what if, like, what if Anakin fought Maul?
Yeah, I would love to see that. That'd be crazy.
Like, what would Maul tell Anakin?
Yeah.
Or Obi-Wan on Mandalore instead of Ahsoka. Ahsoka went to where Cody was. They switched.
That'd be Obi-Wan sick.
Because Obi-Wan said, you know what? I know Maul, and I will counter him for Satine, for Duchess.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That'd be a crazy fight.
Damn, I should write that one. If I gotta write that down, Tony.
Yeah.
Look at the ideas. Damn, look at me go.
That's a good one.
That is. And then even with Qui-Gon, like, if Qui-Gon was alive, would the Clone Wars have began? Because Qui-Gon was on to Sidious.
Yeah.
He was on to him. He was the only one that could defeat Sidious at that time, because Anakin was only a boy. You know, Obi-Wan wasn't that powerful. Ahsoka was still a baby. You know, so who else was his father? And I think Qui-Gon would have beat Sidious. I think Qui-Gon was almost onto him. And then they killed him. And even in the Tales of the Jedi, Dooku didn't like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's why Dooku turned to the dark side. Because Qui-Gon was still a piece of his, like not a father figure, but like his master, you know, his Padawan.
Yep. They're connected.
And then he dies, and it's like, I want a backstory with Dooku and Qui-Gon. I would love to see that also.
I would love more of that too, for sure.
And then you get Mace Windu always being a dick to people. You know? I like Mace Windu, though. I really like him because I read the books. I read his comics. I read Shatterpoint. And it just tells a beautiful story of why Mace Windu is the way he is. And I'm a big fan of Mace Windu, actually. Like, people hate him. Like, I'm not a big fan. Like, I'm a big fan because I can say that. I'm not going to lie to myself.
Yeah.
Like, reading the book and then animation, you know, you just love it.
I hope they bring him back, man. Bro, I would love to see Samuel L. Jackson just pop up with a robot hand looking all messed up. Like, And he's ready too. He was on some show, or he was somewhere, and Bryce Dallas Howard was there, and he told her like, "Hey, you want to bring me back in one of your episodes of Mando? Like, I'm ready." Yeah, he's
and I
ready.
don't think they will.
Yeah, because we want it, and it will make us happy.
Yeah, I think the only way they can bring it back, to be truthfully honest, is animation. You can tell because you can have the effects. Because you're going to have to start of when he flew out the window.
Yeah.
You know, you can bring him back in any show. Like the Book of Boba. Like you saw Ahsoka and Luke reunite. You saw them meet.
Book of Boba, that would have been the perfect spot to bring him back and then have him and Boba face off. Like, you killed my father. What's good? Like, that would be the craziest showdown.
I don't think Boba would have fought Mace, though.
No, because like now he's like trying to rule with justice.
Yeah.
Like he probably would have resolved it. But I would have loved it if he would have ran into a younger Boba when he was more headstrong and crazy and wanted to get that revenge for his father. That'd be crazy to see, like a young Boba trying to take down Mace Windu.
Yeah, like we would love to see that. But I don't think that, because now, like with Boba Fett, he's a crime, not a crime lord. You know,
I know.
He's the ruler of the underworld. You know, like yay. Like,
yeah.
You know, and Fennec Shand does all the dirty work. You know.
Yeah.
Fennec, go shoot that motherfucker. And then go shoot him. You know.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's it. Like, oh, I'll just sit here and eat grapes all day. You know, I'll meet with the crime lords. You know, I'm here. I'm chilling. You know, and that's all. And that's not Boba Fett. And that's what people, I feel like, they really missed out on that series. And I don't think they should bring it back for a season 2. He can appear in the movie if he likes, in the Mando movie or the Mandoverse movie with Dave Filoni, but I don't think it was enough to bring it back for a season 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If they did, it would need to be Filoni writing the story. That way he could make it make sense and give him like a redemption story, being the badass Boba he was. Because Boba in Mando season 2, that was Boba Fett kicking everyone's ass.
When we saw him in season 2 of Mando, we were like, okay.
Yeah.
And at that time, I knew, okay, Boba Fett was having a show, Ahsoka was having a show, and then I thought Bo-Katan was going to have a show. I thought she was going to be the new Rangers of the New Republic.
Yeah.
The New Republic, I think Rangers, was it? Yeah.
Rangers of the Republic?
Yeah. Rangers of the Republic. And then Cara Dune, what happened with her? You know, she was supposed to be the leader of it because you see Carson throwing her the thing, like, here, take it if you want it. You know, you're from Alderaan, you know? But we never got that. And I don't know if we'll get that soon. I
don't think so. Yeah, I don't think we will, but I think some of the stuff from that show, they might have jammed into Mando season 3 just to like not waste it, I feel like.
Yeah, with Bo-Katan and everything. Mando season 3 was a hit or a miss.
Yep.
You know, and they missed a lot of it.
Yep.
You know, with some episodes, I'm like, why is Lizzo and Jack Black here?
Yes.
Like, I don't get what you're trying to do, people. Like, I get you want the Mythosaur. Like, that's good. Like, we wanted that. But, and then you leave the Mythosaur on
nothing.
Like, all right.
Nothing.
Like,
I was waiting for the finale for either Bo or Grogu to come riding that thing to kick everyone's ass, and we got nothing with the Mythosaur, man.
And even with Mandalore, like, I wanted like them rebuilding Mandalore. You know, let's rebuild. You know, and they're sitting having a drink.
Yeah.
Like, what are you guys doing? Like, your whole like state is like dead, and you're not going to do anything about it. Like, I feel like if you did it with animation, you get 15 episodes and you could see that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Live action,
Easily.
You're only getting 8. You know, you're only getting 6 or 8 episodes, and it's like, why? Like, let's see. I understand season 1 is supposed to be the kickoff, but let season 1 be about, okay, let's rebuild Mandalore. You know, and let's go recruit. Let's recruit all Mandalorians. You know, we're one. You know, we're all one, and that's not what they did. They just did their own thing.
Yeah,
really.
They did.
Like, Alex Wolff left and Kiosco Reeves left.
Yeah.
Okay, bye. Like, all right, we're still Mandalorians. We're not fighting each other. You know?
Yeah.
And then with Moff Gideon too at the end, did he really die? You know?
I know. There's no way, man. Like, you got a full Beskar Mando suit and a little bit of fire and explosion is gonna take you out. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, like, and I want to see more of Grogu using his powers.
Yeah.
You know, like, we didn't get to see that. We got to see that very rarely. Like, he was cute hopping around the Purge Troopers. It's like, oh, no, you can't catch me. You know, that's adorable and everything. But I want to see him take that thing and shove it up someone's ass, you know? Like, God, like, just, like, shoot him. Like, because Mando's not going to be there with him all the time.
I know.
You know? And then Grogu, I feel like, is going to be the next Mandalorian Jedi.
Yeah, I think so, too.
And I think he's going to learn the Mandalorian ways from Mando. And then I think someone's going to train him. I don't know if Luke will, Ahsoka will, Ezra will.
Yeah.
You know, we don't know because we don't know what's next. You know, we don't know who people meet next. You know, the meetings.
Exactly.
You know, but yeah, I think like back to the what ifs. Like we need more of that, and we need more of these like fill-in shows too. Like okay, we got Bad Batch. Okay, what's next? After Bad Batch, okay, we can do a clone show. Okay, what happens after the clone show? Because we need another. They always need an animation show. Star Wars, I feel like.
Yeah.
You always need that. You always need side quests. You could do a whole animation show from. Now I'm talking because she's my favorite character, but from that episode in the Tales of the Jedi where Bail Organa comes to Ahsoka and says, "You ready to get back into the fight?" Right there, you could do a whole show.
Yeah.
Of Ahsoka. Of her with the rebels. What was she doing when she wasn't with them? Bo-Katan. Get Bo-Katan in there too. Like
and Maul too. What was Maul doing in between Clone Wars and Rebels? Like, because
we only get his story in Solo.
Yeah.
You know, and that's really much it. And then that's it. Like, and then we get him in Rebels and he dies, which I want to see him fight more with Obi-Wan, but I guess I'll let it slide.
Yeah.
But he dies. Or is he dead? Ooh. You know? You never know with Star Wars. Everybody comes back to life.
Yeah, like what if Thrawn has those Night Sisters resurrect Darth Maul? That would be amazing for me being selfish because I'm a Darth Maul fan.
No, I like Darth Maul. I think Darth Maul is a character that's misunderstood.
Yep.
You know, he's a character that you look at him, he looks like the devil.
He does.
Like, he looks like the devil, but you hear him speak. You hear his hurt in his voice. Like, I was abandoned. They left me. Like, you could feel that. And you can connect that because in our day-to-day basis, we have people leaving us. We have people that abandon us all the time when we get into certain situations in life. You know? And I think that's what some characters do. Like, Ahsoka, too. Like, when she goes, in my life, when you find people that need your help, you help them.
Yeah.
No matter what. And I live with that every day. Like, I live with that quote. You know, and it's a new day, a new beginning, like she says. I live with that quote every day. I go, okay, there's a new day, new beginning. What can I do today? You know, let's get to work. You know, but with Darth Maul, it's like, oh, I feel for you, man. Like Darth Maul's one of my favorites too. Like I said, I feel like I don't hate anybody in Star Wars, and usually I'll be like, oh, I can't stand that guy. Oh, I really can't. Why does he keep showing up? But then you realize, like, oh, there's a point of him showing up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Darth Maul is a interesting character that I think he needs like a book series to see or a comic series to fit in pieces to that.
Yeah.
Even with Balin's story too, back to Balin, we can do a comic book series of him.
I would love it. A book. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like just more content. Now I know Timothy Zahn said he wants to write the story of Peridia of Ezra and Thrawn being on Peridia for the 7-9 years, whatever it is. So if he writes a book covering all that stuff there, how Thrawn met the Night Sisters, how Ezra survived, that would be awesome.
Yeah, because in reality, we see, like, back to what I was saying about with Thrawn, he really didn't care about Ezra.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's out there somewhere. I don't really care, but let's rule the galaxy. You know, He didn't mention Ezra that much. He didn't even know, like, even with Hera, like, he didn't even mention those people, like. Thrawn and Rebels, like Thrawn would. I feel like in animation, if we had more time with the series, like 15 episodes in animation, and Ezra and Thrawn there, I guarantee you, like, we would get that interaction. We would get, like, okay, who's gonna come after me? Because he knows General Syndulla is gonna come after him. You know, he knows that they're still out there. Like the Night Sisters have that magic where you can sense it. Night Sisters are just like Jedi. You know, they can sense it.
Yeah.
But I hope we get a book like that or a show, you know, or like a 8-episode limited series, you know, of that. Because I think Timothy Zahn writes great Thrawn books, and Timothy Zahn knows Thrawn.
He does.
You know?
Yes, he does.
And I feel like when I met him in Rhode Island, the question I asked him, I met him in Rhode Island Comic-Con. It was pretty disappointing. He wasn't that cool of a guy. He was, but I think he's just like, he's old now and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I'm still a big fan of his work. Don't get me wrong, but it was a disappointing experience for me because like Thrawn, he's like, yeah, I'll be the creator. Let me hug you, like cold.
Yeah.
And he wasn't about that. But with that, like I asked him, I was like, so like he was asked a question at a panel. Are you involved in the Ahsoka series? And he told everybody no.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in reality, you could say that you're involved in the Ahsoka series, but then we would think Thrawn's involved. But we already knew Thrawn was going to be involved anyway.
Yeah.
You know, it's like season 5 of Rebels, technically, you know?
Yep.
And he kept dodging the question. No, I'm not involved. Dave Filoni did not hit me up. And he goes, I didn't really, I'm expecting a call, you know, like what? Like, just tell us you're involved.
Yeah.
Like, because so you could stop saying in interviews, and when people ask you, like, oh no, I didn't get the call, you know, I don't know why he's not calling me, you know, I have so much story and so much knowledge of Thrawn, you know, stuff like that. And I'm like,
yeah,
why'd you see? We know Thrawn's involved, you know,
clearly.
Yeah, just say like, yeah, Dave Filoni reached out to me, like. He said none of that. And then when Thrawn appeared, oh, yeah, me and Dave talked about this and that. I'm like, what? When did that come through? After Rhode Island?
Yeah.
Like, we knew you knew that all along.
Yep.
So I was like, okay. But then Lars, I really want to meet Lars. I just want to stand next to him and be like, you're my Thrawn. Like, you're my dad. Like, just hug me. Like, hold me. You know?
Yeah, he's actually doing a show. I think it's like it's like in South Dakota or Utah.
I think it's
somewhere random.
Voices. I think I posted it. The Voices Against Cancer.
Maybe, yeah, that's probably where I saw it. But that's like the first show I've ever seen him do. Lars. Yeah. I think he's gonna start doing a lot more now that he's gonna be more involved.
Yeah, he would make a lot of money. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
He would make a lot, and he's doing an autograph session with Star Wars Autographs.
Yeah.
Which I'm sending so much stuff in to get signed. Like I'm starting a whole Rebels poster. Like I want to sign it, you know, because Rebels and Clone Wars are like my favorite, and like Ahsoka, Anakin, and Ezra are my favorite characters. Sabine is my favorite Mandalorian. Mm-hmm. But before we go, Tony, I want to ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
So, did you think the casting of the Ahsoka series was good?
I think so. Thrawn, yes, because it's him.
Yeah.
Ahsoka, I accepted Rosario being Ahsoka back in Mando, so I was fine with that. Now with Sabine, I feel like it was fine. Like I would have loved Tia Sakar, like for sure, but the actress that played her, I think was fine. Like she kind of looked like Sabine, she sounded like Sabine, but I just think her writing and the story was just kind of annoying. So Vanessa Marshall as it wasn't Vanessa Marshall.
Obi-Wan's wife.
Yeah, Obi-Wan's wife that played Hera. I guess she was okay. I mean, I don't have strong feelings either way. She was fine from the little bit that we got from her. I did like her sassiness when she was kind of mouthing off to that one guy at that meeting. That felt like Hera. And then Ezra was good, man, because like he sounded like him. And the episode we got where he was like talking to Sabine and he was like, wait. He just felt so much like Ezra.
Yeah.
So I was happy with that. And Chopper's Chopper, bro. Like we got Chopper.
But you know what? Chopper didn't have any depth in this season. He didn't kill anybody.
Yes, we needed more Chopper. The one disappointment, I guess you could say, is that Zeb wasn't in Ahsoka, but he was in Mando, but it was still Steve Bloom. So at least we got the voice of Zeb being Zeb.
And then he's actually in that outfit.
Yeah, because he did like the face, like it's like that's his face doing yeah. So
like I'm really happy because Zeb has a uniqueness to him.
He does.
So it's like you can't just put any actor in there and be like, okay,
yeah,
you can do it. But I'm glad that C. Blum came back. Like it was a miss for me with Sabine because I didn't feel her mannerisms either. Like I didn't feel it. Like I just felt like she was just talking, like she didn't match it. Hera too, like I wanted like mom, space mom Hera. Like we got that a little,
yeah, a
but
little
it's like
bit.
no, I don't feel it. Like
Yeah.
Ahsoka, I accepted Rosario Dawson because she does portray. She did her homework. Rosario Dawson did her homework.
Yep.
She did that. Natasha, she didn't do their homework.
Yeah.
Ezra, he watched the Iman watched only important episodes. Ezra. In reality, I would have watched the whole damn series. I would be like, okay, how does Ezra? Okay.
I bet he did, man. There's no way you're gonna go into a job and only watch the season 4 Ezra or season 3. Like you need the whole picture. I feel like he did. He's just saying that.
He's just saying that to be funny.
Yeah.
And then when like Natasha, she didn't watch any of Rebels really. She only watched like maybe she said a couple episodes of it. The one who played Hera, I've never seen her say that she watched the show.
Yeah.
And it's like, how? Like I would be doing my research. I would be sitting there every day at home. Okay, her mannerisms. Okay, how would she take up this situation? Like Ahsoka, like you could see her mannerisms. Like, oh, okay, I see it. I could see it. And even with Thrawn too, Thrawn was a miss because of his like we didn't have much television with him. We didn't have that much screen time with him. But Lars, I love Lars. So
yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about, Tony, before we get out?
Nah, I think we covered everything, and I think we got some good stuff coming out in the future. I'm just looking forward to seeing it all, man.
Yeah, me too. And then me and Tony are going to come back and talk about more.
Yeah.
That's it. But before we go, Tony, where can everybody find you on the social medias?
So YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, StarWarsSith. So I'm pretty much StarWarsSith. It might be StarWarsSith 66 if you can't find it, but on all those platforms, and I drop content weekly, if not daily, on all of them.
He does. I watch it.
Thank you.
I watch it. I stay tuned,
Yes.
I'll put all his links in the bio down below. Thank you, Tony, for joining us. I hope you come on the show again. It was really a great time having you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome, Tony. Tony the Tiger, everybody. Tony the Tiger.
Yes.
But thank you guys for joining us. Be sure to subscribe down below to the YouTube channel, The Scevoli Thomas Show, for more awesomeness and unboxingness and sexiness. That's me, not Tony. It's all me. But be kind to one another, guys, and may the Force be with you always. Bye!
In my life, when you find people who need your help, you help them, no matter what.